the movement of buffaloes and livestock. Commercial break. On social welfare services, the government is committed. It is committed to its promise made during the 2019 election to the Namibian masses. A total number of 33,418 children in the Kavango-East region are registered and receiving their maintenance social grants. 13,520 elderly people from our region receive old age grant, with 5,148 beneficiaries receive disability grant. On industrialization and employment creation, we consider the year 2022 as a tremendous progress towards the reimagining the 2019 electoral mandate. Our story of good progress begins on the economy because it is the key piece in the puzzle of poverty, unemployment, and inequality that we are trying to solve. The regional economy is on a path to recovery after the devastating period of COVID-19 in 2020 and 2021. We recorded growth in Kavango-East region investment drive of Recon Africa's continuous exploration of gas and oil in the region represent as a testimony of huge investment in the region. Blueberries is one key area of agriculture in which investors focus. Every day, our minds are occupied by unlocking more opportunities for economic growth so that women, men, and our youth person and our young person who need a job can get on. To accelerate their momentum on economic growth and job creation, we need more investors in our region. We therefore aim to use economic diplomacy as an instrument to attract foreign investors in accordance with the Harambee Prosperity Plan 2, Pillar number 5. It is our belief that through pursuing international partnership, we will be able to attract more foreign direct investors that will create jobs for our young people. In this context, the Kavango-East region intends to cement the twinning agreement with Mashonaland West Province in the Republic of Zimbabwe, accelerate the siding of economic cooperation with SNK Province in the Republic of South Africa. I will also be leading a team to Tanzania, Shongwe Province, to assess and commence with bilateral engagement with the purpose of identifying opportunities that we could exploit in the region. In our drive to create and expand the market for the local businesses, we have concluded our trilateral engagement with the Kwandu-Kubango Province in the Republic of Angola, involving Kavango-East, Zambezi, and Ojojonjupa regions. The draft instrument of cooperation was sent for scrutiny to the Ministry of International Relations and Cooperation. On labor, industrial relations, and employment creation, a healthy working relation is key to productivity, as it contributes to economic growth and leads to investors' confidence about the region. Ministry of Labor and Industrial Relations and Employment Creation resolved 249 labor cases, which resulted in compensation of 452,744 Namibian dollars paid to the complainants, while 7 cases were referred to arbitration and for further legal action during the period under review. Our tourism fellow residents, we have a gem in the region. that is unmatched from a tourism point of view. Smart marketing is required to unlock the tourism potential in the region, to increase income from 1,803,795 Namibian dollars 97 cents generated by the conservancies in the year 2022 to an amount that will create further jobs opportunities to the young people in the Kavango-East region. On small medium enterprises SME support, Honorable Chairperson, research attests that thriving small and medium enterprises sector is key for job creation and economic growth. Initiatives supporting SME access to finance and markets, as well as interventions that leverage the public sector spend to support SME remains a priority for the region. In this regard, the Department of Gender and Child Welfare allocated an amount of 523,554 Namibian dollars 37 cents to various income-generating projects in the 3 constituents of the Kavango-East region. Rundu urban project include Kangoma Poultry received an amount of 64,509 and 33 cents. Kiowa Joinery and Carpentry 38,918 and 37 cents. Tuamwene Butchery 99,296 and 61 cents. And Magina Project 43,563 Namibian dollars. Wamanjoro Hama and Project Hama, a project in the Yona constituency, received funding to the tune of 53,900 Namibian dollars. Ndongalinenas, Tuatuere, Hama, and the Rera Mukunda also received an amount of 44,000 and 53,900 respectively. A total of 17 income-generating projects in the region were funded to the tune of 600,000 during the financial year 2022-2023, with total beneficiary of 25 from Mukwe, 11 Diona, 8 Ndongalinena, 11 Mashare, 13 Rundu Rural, and 18 from Rundu Urban constituency. On youth development, honorable members, NBC. On youth development, honorable members, we all agree that we need to scale up on our youth development interventions. The number of our young people who are not in education, unemployed, or training in Kavango-East region is at alarming levels, requiring targeted, decisive interventions. This means we must scale up skill development initiatives targeting this group of young people and channeling their energy in the right direction. Not all young people aspire to be entrepreneurs. We should intensify our collaboration with various education training institutions, the private sector, National Youth Service, and other role players to implement various education and skills development programs. These include bursaries, internships, leadership, and other experiential learning opportunities. We should commit ourselves to ensure that youth-owned businesses benefit from preferential procurement initiatives. I would like to urge all state institutions in the region to initiate youth-responsive planning and budgeting framework so that we can improve and reach a baseline of 30% as part of our regional target towards youth preferential procurement initiatives. To encourage self-employment initiative among the youth, a successful unmatched youth business training workshop was organized by the Office of the Governor in partnership with Entrepreneur Co. Business Box Namibia, which was attended by 127 participants. We are convinced that majority of the participants will endeavor to establish small and medium enterprises under the mentorship of Business Box Rundu and Divundu. To this end, we would like to express our sincere appreciation to all institutions that made the above workshop a success. Our appreciation goes to Holland Namibia, Old Mutual, Namdia Foundation, and Merles Fishing Company. On civil registration, in our quest to ensure human dignity, have a sense of nationhood, and improve quality of life for our people, the Department of Civil Registration have issued 12,808 birth certificates, 14,751 identification cards, and 7 citizenship documents. We are cognizant and remain vigilant to statelessness that have reached an alarming rate in the Kavango-East region. The regional government will devise a mechanism to identify the cause and address the problem in consultation with the Kavango province in the Republic of Angola. On immigration and safety and security, the security of any country's borders is of paramount importance. We have witnessed an increase of arrival at the following border points. Point of entry: Sarusungu border post recorded 5,351, with Muhembo border post recording 3,224. 19 arrests were made due to illegal entry, while 576 were issued with traveling documents in our region during the period under review. On communication technology infrastructure, to meet the demand of reliable network connectivity, Telecom Namibia has completed the installation of fiber optic lines at the following sites in the region: Auxiliary Services Office at Divundu TN at a cost of 97,137 Namibian dollars. Additional network of optic fiber planned for the current financial year include Rainbow Location, Hilka-Levy Park, and NHE. On sustainable energy infrastructure, Honorable Chairperson, sustainable energy supply is vital for economic development, but also our people use electricity for their daily lives. Electrification of Mutengo Mkuru in Rundu Rural Constituency was successfully completed at an amount of 714,889,054 cents. At the same time, Mushe Primary School in the Mashare constituency were electrified with an amount of 96,544.39 cents. Rural electrification contracts for Karukuta, Nyondo, Ndongalinena in Ndongalinena constituencies, Shamvura, Mukuvi, Makena, Shamburu, Sipaku-Paku, and Korokoko in the Ndiona constituents were also awarded. Despite this good story, the challenge of electricity blackout in our region is regrettable inconvenience to all of us. It is disruptive to businesses. We must move with speed to end the nightmare of frequent blackouts, or find a solution that will eliminate the blackout before people call for a declaration of state of disaster on our energy. This is not a good story to our people, hence the solution ought to be found. On local government support, with the support of the central government, we have completed the rehabilitation of Dr. Sam Noyoma Drive Phase 1, 2.5 kilometer, and Phase 2, 2.4 kilometer, and partial rehabilitation of John Mutora Road at a combined amount of 41,875,896 Namibian dollars, 96 cents. Water reticulation network in the Rundu industrial area covering 105 erven and the drilling of 4 boreholes to increase water pressure in Dama Extension 1 and Kahemu Extension 3 has been completed. We also completed the rehabilitation upgrade sewer pump station 1 and 2 in Rundu Extension 29 industrial area and military base servicing 309 erven. In our quest of supporting and enhancing urban agriculture, a borehole was drilled at Salem Agricultural Project to assist agriculture farmers increase their production. Provision of safe storage place for agriculture produce is key. This led to the restoration and repair of freezer and cooling room facilities at Andaveka Open Market in Kahemu. The construction of sewer reticulation network in the Rundu Extension 8 industrial area that serves 86 erven and electricity network in the Rundu Extension 8 industrial area that will cover 86 erven are both at 95% completion rate. The provision of served land and is of paramount importance in the restoration of human dignity. To this end, 219 erven in Sauyema Extension 11, 208 erven in Dama Extension 14, 301 erven in Kasoisi Extension 12, and 48 erven at Avarampat in Rundu Extension 3 were surveyed and formalization is progressing well. This has costed the government a combined amount of 9,294,065 Namibian dollars. Investment in housing development were also realized, in which 31 housing units at Rundu Extension 31, Hilka Park, 13 housing units at Rundu Extension 34, and 14 housings were constructed by developers and private individuals residents, respectively. We are resolved to ensure that Divundu Village Council to be upgraded to Town Council by 2025. As a result, supply installation, commissioning and testing of the MV 11 kV and IV 400V reticulation and street lighting for Divundu Extension 1, Phase 1, to the tune of 1,271,814 Namibian dollars has been completed. We have also completed the construction of gravel roads at Extension 1 and track sewer at Extension 2, Rukonga Vision School Street in Divundu Village Council. The Sheikh Dwellers Federation has completed the construction of 20 housing units, creating 15 temporary employment to local people. An investment of $31 million for the developers of 90 housing units at Extension 3 through joint venture between the Divundu Village Council and Monjila project will soon be realized. As alluded earlier, Divundu Village Council has attracted an investment of 1.5 billion Namibian dollars in the quest of promote urban agriculture and 15 million Namibian dollars for the construction of the shopping complex for Shoprite retail business to be opened in December 2023 this year in Divundu. Honorable Chairperson, it is important that Divundu is proclaimed as a town, since our resolve to work hard to ensure that the Yona settlement is prepared to become a village council by 2025. It is with this reason that an amount of 460,000 was budgeted for the development of an additional location, Diona Extension 1. Challenges and the way forward. Fellow regional residents, Our road through 2022 litany of trailblazing achievement was not without challenges. We are cognizant that the road network is a paramount important in the acceleration of any economic development. I would like to confirm that the road network is one area in which the region lags behind. We continue engaging the central government to accelerate the road network augmentation in the region, especially in the inland and small-scale farming areas. The management of green schemes, Rundu Abattoir, and Uvunguvungu Dairy are areas that need urgent attention to unlock the much-needed employment for our young people. Our intention is to have local participation into the management and operation of these projects and facilities with the view of boosting the local economy. The transformation of Mashare Agricultural Development Institute, MADI, into a fully fledged center of excellence for resilience agriculture in order to support agricultural production in Kavango-East region need also to be addressed. We suggest that co-management of MADI between the Ministry of Agriculture, Water and Land Reform and the Kavango-East Regional Council should be considered. Potable water supply to the residents of the entire Kavango-East region is another area that the region needs to be implemented as a matter of urgency to reduce the incidence of crocodile and hippopotamus attack. We propose that the construction of the proposed pipeline between Rundu and Ivundu should be expedited by the Ministry of Agriculture, Water and Land Reform. Communication network is one of the key areas that the region is lagging behind, especially in the inland, small-scale farming area and Ivundu Village Council. We are hard at work to convince responsible entities to their urgent consideration. Fellow Namibians, in conclusion, I would like to leave you with the following regional motto, I quote: let's strive to revival of the regional economy through agricultural initiatives. We have the Kavango River. We have the fertile soil. We have the conducive climate environment. We only have ourselves to make it shine. I repeat, we only collectively have ourselves to make it shine. God bless Kavango-East region. God bless Namibia. And I thank you, Nampandura.
And that was the governor of the Kavango-East region, Bonifacius Wagudumo, giving us his speech for the State of the Region address. Jonathan, impressed or dissatisfied in your view?
I believe he touched on surface areas. Why not dive in? Let's go deep into the real issues. Yes, the investments have been made in education, classrooms have been built, but what about the human resource? These teachers, are their workshops effective when it comes to, because once we are trusting these people that are rearing these children or teaching these children, we have to ensure that there are right steps into making sure that these people are really yielding the best into into these children, because most of the social issues that I've mentioned earlier on, such as crime rate, is still facing back to the schools. It's still school learners. So those are the things that he still didn't touch on.
So you're saying that it's still scratching on the surface and has not gone deep in. I would like to quickly just go back to what he said, is that Kavango-East region, as far as the Namibia Senior Secondary Certificate ordinary level examination is concerned, they are still #1 positioned nationally, and that does not count for anything for you.
In exception of subjects like English and geography that he mentioned, so it still we still need to put in more effort in our education system. We still have a long way to go. Those are achievements, those are great achievements that we really need to applaud ourselves as a region. But I still believe we still need to put in much more effort, especially in the human resources, into these teachers. We need to make sure that these workshops, most especially for life skill teachers, because mental health concerns are really rising in education, even in higher education institutions. We've seen that with our graduates, most of the graduates have been female. What about the Namibian boy child? We've seen that they are really slacking in terms of education. So these are things that we really need to look at and analyze as a region so that we can grow.
Okay. Something else that the governor also mentioned is that before we went to the governor's speech, we remember many of the residents out there were saying that we were having difficulties accessing clinics. But at Shamaturu, $10 million was spent to be able to build a very good clinic there. Very good.
The reason why we see that there are so many complaints, regardless the fact that there are a lot of investments that are being done into these systems, but yet we still hear complaints. I believe it's because of the quality of these services that have been put in place. Yes, there are investment, but to what extent is the quality? To what extent is this service supposed to cater? Are the people or resources put in place to ensure that that it is really effective to a point where people are really satisfied with these resources?
So basically what you mean is that a clinic has been built at Shamaturu, but to get to Shamaturu, the road surface, for example,
exactly
has not been completed.
The road have not been completed. Someone has to walk a really long way because they cannot, probably because they do not have money to hike a 4x4 car that will be able to take them there. So the only option is to walk, because the cars that are there don't have the full capacity to reach that place.
Well, those are the views of Jonathan, saying that not two things are put together at the same time. Shamaturu Clinic will be inaugurated in the near future, we are told, but the road to get to Shamaturu, for example, is a difficult one. 1.5 billion has been injected into the economy as far as agricultural production is concerned, with blueberries, and another plantation now has been earmarked to be set up at Divundu. That surely must be a good thing as far as unemployment is concerned.
Yeah, that is really great. That is a really big blessing to the Kavango region, because now we're looking at employment. Now the youth can finally have a gap that they can fill in the agricultural sector, because now with that injected, it means that there will be very high skills, since training will be given to the employees, which will be on the set. So it's a good thing. So I'm really happy about that.
Okay, good. When it comes to natural resources and wildlife management, there's a certain group that have been harvesting close to 1.1 million worth of devil's claw in the Mukwe constituency. I believe that is in the Babato West National Park. That also in itself is a good way for people to be able to create these income generating projects for themselves.
Yes, yes, that is really, because this is the positive side, and we really need to look back and say, okay, this is what we're doing. This is really great. So it's a really good thing.
Okay. Also, just to mention a few things that the governor has touched on. He's touched on health equipment that has been given to different hospitals, 14 suction machines. When it comes to health care, it's of paramount importance. Obviously, 25 or 24 monitoring machines that have been given to different hospitals within the region to be able to take care of the health sectors. How deep does that go?
As I said, as I mentioned earlier on, yes, investments have been placed there. In terms of health, we received so many equipments that advantaged the hospitals here in the region. So with that put in place, it is development. It is really great when we look at the region. So no one really has to travel to another town in search of like these facilities, because they are in place. So I would really applaud that.
Okay, good. But last but not least, as we're going towards the end, the governor obviously, sort of like to an extent, did admit that as far as road infrastructure is concerned and electricity distribution is concerned, that has been a little bit on a slow pace.
Oh yeah, electricity and also water supply. I think when we started, I mentioned that population is really growing, and these rural areas are extending. So that is why I believe that these services are being slow, because I believe maybe we're not considering the fact that our population is increasing rapidly, especially here in the Kavango region. So that is why I believe that this electricity and water services are very, 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 very slow,
Okay.
especially in the rural areas. That is where all the complaints are.
Okay. Jonathan, thank you so much for speaking to us. Those are the views of Jonathan. He's saying that he believed that the governor was literally just scratching the surface, but the issues within the communities are much more deeper than the report that the governor has just tabled. Of course, we will be back again with the State of the Region address on the 21st of this month, where we'll be in the Musati region, where Governor Erngenius Njala will be delivering his State of the Region address. But until that time, from myself, Leslie, and the rest of the team here from the beautiful Rundu town, it's adios.
Kabiwa chidangi Kabiwa chidangi ule warundwe tani kukaba mino nyonga zangi